Welcome guys! In this video I'll bring you 10 tips to first person only mode in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Tip number 1. Hiding in fields will still be a great way to get in cover, but keep in mind it's now far more defensive than it was before. This is of course due to the tall grass covering your sight. But as you can see from here, from the first person perspective, even at close ranges, it's very difficult to spot a guy hiding in the grass. He got what was coming for him. Tip number 2. Scout windows more. Due to the nature of first person only, people will not be able to spot you from a window unless you can be able to spot them as well. And while some will continue to be careful, I'm sure that more will be curious and show their face in the windows. Be ready with your scoped weapon and take them out when they do. Tip number 3. Move around more because you will be safer than you were before. Because no one can spot you without putting themselves at risk, you will have less people attacking you at the worst possible time than you did before. Simply because they can't safely plant that perfect shot unless they can actively see you, which means you can see them too. You still won't be safe in the open, but you will be safer than before. Plus, you can fight back more easily when they decide to attack you. Tip number 4. Use bushes more than you did before. Bushes are now one of the only ways to be able to spot other players without being spotted yourself. And while bushes does not provide a perfect cover, they will definitely be more helpful than you were before. Use them. Tip number 5. Use sheds less. Because you no longer can take advantage of the top windows, the benefit of the shed is now almost completely gone, as your enemies will be able to easily sneak up on you and throw a grenade right into your face. Tip number 6. Think more carefully about your positioning, because in general you'll be able to plan your next move less, as you have a lot less intel than you do in third person mode. Tip number 7. Peek and shoot. A technique well known from other shooters is peeking and shooting. It's a way to get the first shot without putting yourself at immediate risk. This is a technique that you must master for first person only mode. Tip number 8. Use pre-fire. Now this goes hand in hand with peeking and shooting. Pre-fire is a technique where you actually start firing before your brain has registered the position of the enemy. This will startle your enemy and give you a possibility of completely taking them by surprise. Tip number 9. Use your sound more. Because you will have less overview of your surroundings, you will have to rely a lot more on using your sounds. Make sure you have a proper headset so you don't get interrupted by noise around you. Tip number 10. Take it easy on the vehicles. As you will now see your vehicle from the inside out, it's easier to mess up your driving. Especially since it's not always easy in the first place. And I'd recommend taking it a bit easy on the throttle until you feel like you master first person driving. Now that's all I had for you for now. I hope you found these tips useful, and in the future I might go more in depth with some of them or add some new. Until then, if you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.